Hey Facebook friends and YouTube viewers, my name is Dr. Bagley. Thank you for joining us, and this is
Lady V.
Hola. So as you already know, I've been doing some short clips on my Facebook, and I got a lot of feedback from it being one-sided. So
Very one-sided.
So in context, so what I decided to do, ask Lady V here, who I've known for years and years. She used to be on the board of directors on my education side, and we've been some good friends for a long time, to balance it out, if you will. So this is where we're here. Today. So, so we decided to do a show. What's the name of the show?
The show is called Talk Unity, lining the mind, the body, and the spirit.
Right. And I think we need to be more holistic in what we do and talk about not just the relationship as I've been doing, but also talk more about how to keep people healthy, mentally, physically, and spiritually. All right, so what's next?
Well, I think you stated that we were going to go back in time of some of your previous recordings.
Oh, the one-sided recordings.
The one-sided.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Let's go. I'm ready.
No. So, your viewpoint.
Oh, okay.
On male and female,
and
and you already know what side you take.
I take the neutral side. I have my opinion on each roles that must be played, and I may be more vocal on one side of the role playing.
Yeah, I think you're the piece that I found to be unbalanced is that you're constantly telling a woman what she needs to do, and you're not really holding the male responsible for doing diddly squat.
All right,
I'm sorry, but that's what comes across to me. And the information you're giving is great, but again,
where's the accountability?
Where is accountability? You know, I was watching a documentary just last weekend about the lion versus the lioness. And I learned, I don't know if you all learned it, but all the stuff that he's saying, this lioness, she's actually living it. We look at the lion as the king of the jungle, right? He's nothing.
He's the last one to come to the meal.
Yes.
After the kill. Wait,
let me finish. Let me, because I did my research on this. Okay, so.
All right, go ahead. Do your thing.
But he's right. Even when it comes to mating and picking the mate to form these cubs that they're gonna have, she goes out.
Yep.
And she does the walking and the hunting of who she's picking, right? All right, now she has gotten pregnant.
Yep.
Now she has these babies. In the documentary said it, the lion is nothing more, the king, he's nothing but laziness. That is his title, being lazy. Because when it comes to feeding that family, the lioness goes out, she does the hunt, she brings it back.
Training the kid, the cubs, she's doing all of it.
He does nothing.
All of it.
So,
yes,
this man has been telling us to be this lioness and allow the man to be lazy and have no accountability, no responsibility.
No.
And let me finish my thought.
Whatever.
So, I'm saying to you ladies, again, know your worth, okay? If I claim that it's the new hustle today, okay?
What's the new hustle?
The new hustle is when a brother holler, you are a queen. Women, we don't need a man to tell us we are a queen. We know we are queens.
Excuse me?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we're queens.
Who defines that?
We're queens. Please.
Who's defines?
Oh, please.
You look in the mirror and say, I'm a queen.
I'm a queen.
Okay.
I'm a queen.
And then you step outside.
I'm a queen.
And you looking like.
You're a queen.
And you looking like.
Honey?
Everything except the queen.
Yo, whatever. You a queen.
Come on now.
You're a queen.
Okay.
If a brother's gonna step to you and tell you you're a queen, then he should be a king. He knows your ins and outs, okay? He knows that you are a virtuous woman, okay? You don't need him to tell you. It's nice that he tells you it, but if he doesn't bring anything else to the table except for giving you the compliments, sister, leave it where it is.
All right.
Okay?
Whatever.
I'll let him speak, and then I'm getting back on my soapbox.
All right, awesome. Now, all of that was awesome. I like it, and to a degree, I understand why you're saying what you're saying. But when I speak, I speak on the child development level into to the adult. Okay, so what I mean by that is this: woman, like your research in animal nature and animal kingdom world, is the female's role is always to nurture and raise up kids. Okay, with economy and with history, if you add that within the cultures of that we're in, you will find that role has been diluted.
I agree with you.
Okay, in being diluted, the cause and effect of the kids has changed.
I agree to that.
Okay, so when the cause and effect change, then you have to reevaluate the situation. As you already done your research, here's another statistic. In Wisconsin by itself, there is almost a 50-50 or 100-100 ratio, male to female.
To be exact,
Yes, go ahead.
I did the research for that as well. He knows. For the population estimated for Wisconsin, it's 956,406 people in the state of Wisconsin. And male to female, it's 99
to 100
to 102 female.
Right.
But in Milwaukee alone, it's 93
yes
to 100.
So in other words, it's 7 to 1. So when you reevaluate the situation, from what I just said,
yes,
okay, guys,
this is going to be deep.
Yeah, guys have a different mindset of their role now. The old school guy back in the 50s and 60s.
You mean daddy time, my daddy and his father.
Right,
yeah,
right.
yes, okay.
When we got kicked our butts. Right.
Yes.
We was raised up with get a job, take care of your responsibilities.
Take care of your home,
Nowadays,
your family.
no, it's no longer that. It's now, because of the 7-1 ratio, and we're just talking about one city here, with that 7-1 ratio, guys are no longer needing to take care. It is the woman now who's still taken care of. And I'm not even talking about mother-child taking care of.
But you know what?
I'm talking about 7 women who's going to do what they need to do to get that one guy.
Okay, so, and I'm going to go back to the virtuous woman, okay? We already stated what her typical day is.
Yes.
For 6 days out of the week.
Okay.
Okay, so in all honesty, if we were all living that anywho,
yes,
even during daddy's time and his father's time, we would have been more like the breadwinners anyways.
And I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
And in all honesty,
because
hindsight, it hasn't changed.
Because of the virtuous woman, her being an entrepreneur and her husband being a working man in the gates, if you read
outside the
he
gates.
had a specific salary. And anyone knows as an entrepreneur who has a successful business can make way more than anyone who's on salary.
Right.
Okay, so it is not unusual for the woman to make more money in history.
Right.
So in the 50s and 60s, it got crazy because of their pride and ignorance.
And I think that comes from social media,
And
the television. It did.
And
Joan Cleaver, come on,
right.
You know.
And social media, back what we call TVs back in the days, try to tell us the role.
How to be a woman, what a woman's role was. Yes, I agree with that. I truly agree with that. I agree with it.
So now, and I'm not talking about like now, I'm talking about, let's say, from the 70s forward, 60s,
but it
70s
also told
forward.
us what we were supposed to be expecting. The
Absolutely.
guy on,
Absolutely.
the knight on, the prince on the white horse and all that.
So if you watch like a typical rapping video, it tells you women look like this, and by looking like this is what's going to happen. It's going to rain. Right. So it's going to rain. So in context, now ladies being single parents, what is the objective? I need currency, money, to take care of my family.
Yeah.
Do I work getting $7 or some dollars, or do I do what I need to do to bring in a couple of $100 a day? Who am I to judge? All I'm saying is that's just reality.
That's reality.
So when I say Women, it is your responsibility to get it together. I am saying it in the context that it is your role through history that take any man at any level and make him greater and better.
Again,
Except
brother,
there's always exception to
thank
the
you.
rules.
That's right. Brother got to come to the table
If he's a
with
player,
something.
right?
Yep.
If he's a
Yes.
player, he's going to be
You
a
just
player.
heard the statistics:
Yeah.
93 to 100. So that's 1 to 7. Okay?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If he doesn't got anything,
Which brings a higher point. So you got 10 guys.
and you already struggling.
3 of them are jacked. So that means the other guys has more women to choose from.
Exactly. So if you won't give it to him, knucklehead down the street will. Sorry to say.
So if women, let's go back to the original ratio, 7 to 1.
Yeah.
If all 7 of those women come together and go into a private room and say, hey, we're going to let's get all these women, we're going to figure out how we're going to take these guys and flip it. And we're going to make them be responsible. We're going to make them to be dependable. We're going to make them be whatever the society should be. The women can do that.
Okay.
I can't tell you, in 17 years of counseling, I can tell you without any hesitation that if a woman wants something from any man, she can get it. See, look at that smile. See that smile? She knows exactly what I'm talking about.
All right.
So, go ahead.
I don't know. No comment. It goes back to an argument you and I had that you were saying that the responsibility
Yes.
of developing the male
Yes.
came from the mother.
Yes.
Okay. And you and I have argued on that.
Sure.
But we do know that scriptures do say that the woman takes care of the home. She does the discipline. She does. Okay. I do remember my mom doing the discipline in the house. Dad only got into it when he really had to.
When Dad got into it,
then you
somebody's
really didn't
dying.
want it.
Right.
I remember getting older and telling my father, Daddy, I thank you for all those whoopings that you gave me. And I don't know, maybe I was expecting him to say, baby, I didn't really want to do it. And he was like, yeah, because you earned them. And well, he was right. I did earn them. But I still feel that the role of the male still needs to be present in his child's life.
I'm not denying that one.
Okay, and he himself need to be right, because whatever his ways are,
Right.
if he doesn't change it, it does get poured into his son.
Yes.
Just like
The apple doesn't change
far
from the tree.
Just like if the mother is not pouring into her daughter,
Right.
then the same thing that she has experienced, there's most likely her daughter will experience it too.
All right, so here's my issue with that. Even in that, if you go into let's just simply say Milwaukee, because it's not so much in the outer side, even though it's there. When you have a single mom and she's still in her 30s, she still wants a man and try to. So when she goes out and how she dates, I don't care if she says, I'm not doing it in front of my kids. She don't have to do nothing in front of her kids. The kids are watching how she dresses. And they know the reason why you're dressing is to go get a man, right? And so now you have those parents who's teaching these kids, and then you add in social media, they're now 10 years old, know more about sex than any of us.
Right.
Okay? Then you have the issue, who is going to make man responsible? When you use sex as a tool.
Well, men use sex as a tool. Yeah,
I'm not saying they don't,
because
but that's nature though. The biggest,
but then,
the alpha
but then you're
is
saying,
going to
wait, you're saying it's nature for him, but it isn't nature for us.
No. It's nature all the way around for
Okay.
the attraction, and the sex aspect of the better seed and the egg aspect. I'm going to get the biggest and better guy because he makes the bigger and better child. Okay, and the woman with the breasts and the hips going to have this child and is going to have the healthy child and feed my child when it's born. The breast aspect. So that is at the root of it. We're talking, these kids are past that. They're using sex as a tool, not as a survival issue. We're overpopulated for the resources, so it's not a survival issue anymore. It's a tool issue. So they're using sex as the means to control the guy. Go ahead.
It's both ways.
I'm not saying it's not, but
Okay.
because there's seven women to.
Yeah. I get it, but men use it too. And I'll take that ratio for you, 1 to 7. Men feel that we need it, so therefore they're going to sell that to us. I love you. No one's going to love you like I love you. Oh, I can't. No one will hit it like I will hit it. You hear these little crazy things, okay?
Yeah.
And then some of us may even believe that he's all that I'm going to ever get, so I'll keep him. Yeah, I'll deal with him.
Right.
But in essence, if you don't think of yourself better than that and wanting better than that, you're going to continue to get that person thinking the way he thinks.
How do you change that?
You change the way what it is that you want. I'm gonna use something that piggyback on something that you broadcast.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You told the woman that if she wanted to attract the business type man, she needed to dress the part.
Correct.
Okay?
Okay, I got
You
you.
did say that, right?
I did.
All right. And you said that if she did not dress that way, she was always going to pull that kind of a brother. Right?
Or,
all righty.
right.
So.
Or whatever you do. Okay.
And so I can actually say, me being in the career that I've been in, and I take everything very professional. People who know me sometimes think that I shouldn't dress as professional as I do, but that's you. If you don't like the way you look, you don't feel that you need to do all of that, that's you.
Right.
I do. Right. I'm selling an image.
Right.
I'm selling my professionalism.
Right.
So I have literally had brothers that would not step to me.
Right.
Because they knew I was not the typical make it rain girl, okay?
Sure.
I mean, I've even had a former pastor of mine tell me that the reason certain guys would not approach me is because the way I carry myself. So you have to change the way you carry yourself.
So again, you're changing self, but how do you change the system?
Oh. Well, can you actually change the system?
Yes.
Okay, brother, please
take
enlighten us.
What you just said in being professional, get a whole bunch of women
and educate them.
Educate the crap out of them.
I knew that.
Okay then.
I knew that.
Unity is the power. And if you ladies who have an ability to get together more so than us guys ever, you guys are the one who need to come together and stop with all of this bickering amongst each other and backstabbing each other and literally come together and educate with a purpose and a motive of helping your families and the community.
And, and that goes back to the fact of how we all were raised.
Yes.
Truly the neighborhood raised the kids that were in the neighborhood.
Correct.
If you did something wrong, well, I know that if we had done something wrong, our neighbor would have told our parents. Our parents knew about it before we ever made it to the door.
And we were
disciplined.
Yeah, you can't
we
even
can't
do
that today.
Yeah. The child be 100% wrong. The mama coming in and cussing and looking like a ghetto.
The grandmother, your mother trained her daughters. You learned how to keep a house clean. You learn how to cook. You learn how to carry yourself. And because we have lost all of that children having children, there's no one that's doing the teaching anymore.
Right.
So I agree with you.
Right.
And we're talking about unity. If we as women start raising up ourselves and the young women that are around us, we may making a strong impact on our male counterparts.
There's no doubt you're going to make an impact. Because from the politician guys all the way down to the cleaning, sweeping the floor guys, The women is the power. God made women to be a helpmate. People think that's a weak thing to help somebody. No. If you go to a CEO, any CEO, let it be a male, and he has I guarantee he has a female office manager, I guarantee you it's the office manager who's running the dang company. The CEO job is to just give the vision.
That's it. And everybody else
right.
do all the work.
Right. So in context, what I would say is I have the vision of a unity family, a unity community, a community. Of course, there's going to be struggles because there's differences because we're dealing with people. But we are a global community nowadays. And if we keep bickering amongst each other, we're going to get into a social war again. Yeah. So unless we come together as males and females come together to unify ourselves and make these guys better, no one else is going to do it. Yeah. And time is going to consist, and our government is going to get weaker and weaker and weaker.
I mean, you see how the government is changing. We have more females now in Congress, you know, young women too, and culturally diverse.
Very diverse. Now the question is, how come they're not doing or making a change? It's because they're, ladies, you're thinking of it in a wrong way. You're trying to compete against males. You stop. Yeah. Your role is not to compete against a male. Your role is to enhance a man. So when you compete against, you're just going to burn yourself out and lose the battle. Because guys are designed to do the major, tough, hard, psychological stuff.
I'm sorry.
Now, let me define it.
Please do.
A guy can carry 150 pounds and go 20 miles.
That's the physical.
That's the physical. A woman is a better
thinker.
Negotiator. Okay, so if she's a better negotiator and he's a physical guy, why is a woman trying to carry a 125-pound bag? Stop. Be you, the negotiator. Let the man do what he do, and your job as a negotiation is to redirect the guy who can carry that 125 pounds.
I agree to the analogy.
Golly. No wonder our government is all jacked the shit up.
I agree to the analogy.
All right. So, ladies, get it together. Stop bickering. Stop. Look, God gave you the power.
Yes, He
Use
did.
it.
Yes, He did.
God is not coming down here and look at you guys and say, all right, guys, what do you want me to do? God ain't doing that. He said, you the helpmate. He's the man. Work it out. So, anyway.
I won't argue on that one.
Okay.
But yes, that was my
all right.
my little pet peeve of your.
So she brought balance.
Yes, I hope I did.
I hope I did. She brought balance. And sorry if I seem like
one-sided?
No, passionate.
Oh, he's not apologizing for being one-sided. No, okay.
No, just I feel very passionate that we have an opportunity to make a change because there's no real leaders out there.
And I agree with you. I'm passionate as well, being that my mother had 5 girls and I have so many nieces, you know, and I do not want them to stumble and fall and make crazy mistakes. I mean, because we all make mistakes. It all depends on how you weigh what you've done. But I want to be a motivator. I want to be one who can plant in them some good foundations of steps of how to live, you know, and how to work with people.
Well, if you ladies hear this and agree, I highly suggest you get in contact with us, V and us. We'll start setting up some things where you guys can attend and voice your opinion and see which direction we can go with this thing. Yeah. All right. I think we said what we need to say on that today.
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for this one. Yeah. All right. So let's get on to the next one.